رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who sent Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam as Safiyullah, who sent Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam as Khalilullah, who sent Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam as Kalimullah, who sent Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam as Ruhullah. All praises are due to Allah, who sent the most honored one in divine presence, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi wasalam, as Habibullah, the seal of prophethood. And may all peace and blessings be upon Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi wasalam, the prophet of mercy, the prophet of intercession, the giver of glad tidings, and the warner. And may all peace and blessings be upon his noble family and blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. Ya Yuhal Mu'minun, today is the day of Jummah, the day of gathering. Today is the day for the believers to come together and sit for a few moments to be reminded of our Lord. Today is a day for us to pray to our Lord as a Jama'at and to leave dunya for a few moments. Jummah is the day for us to be reminded that the reason of our existence is to be servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created us. He has given us the breath of life. He gives us water to drink and food to eat. He allows us to walk on the face of the earth. He has created us as His servants, and it is only in fulfilling, becoming that servant, that a man may find peace. A man will not find peace in any other way. Today, Bani Adam is running to serve everything except for Allah. Because whatever we are busy with, we are its servants. Whatever we are busy running after, that becomes our master. And if we take anyone other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as our master, we will be lost in the sadness of being separated from Allah, who is Rahman and Rahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us how people will be separated on the day of judgment. In Surah Al-Yasin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So today, no soul will be wronged at all. And you will not be taken to account except for what you used to do. Indeed, the companions of paradise that day will have joy in all that they do. They and their spouses in pleasant shade on thrones, reclining. Every fruit of enjoyment will be there for them. They shall have whatever they call for. Salam, a word of salutation from a Lord most merciful. Then He will say, but stand apart today, O you guilty ones. Did I not command you, O you children of Adam, that you not worship or serve Shaitan? Because he is to you an open enemy. And that you only worship and serve me, that is the straight path. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. The servanthood of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it has a happy ending for the servants of Allah. But being a servant of other than Allah, it ends in misery. And if we are not serving Allah, then we are in reality serving His enemies, serving our enemies. We are serving our ego, shaitan, our desires, and this dunya, and they are the worst enemies. but we are making them to become our best masters when they are in reality the worst masters. They are the masters that will betray us, and they will throw us into the fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, while we are living in this world, He is telling us how shaitan will betray his servants on the day of judgment. In Surah Al-Ibrahim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And shaitan will say when the matter is decided, it was Allah who gave you a promise of truth. I too promised, but I betrayed you. I had no authority over you except to call you, but you listened to me. Then don't blame me, but blame yourselves. I cannot listen to your cries, nor can you listen to mine. I reject your former act in associating me with Allah. For wrongdoers, there must be a painful doom. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. That is the nature of false masters before us. And that is why if mankind becomes a servant of Allah, if he does not become a servant of Allah, he will be in sadness in this life and in the next. We find today that so many, they are chasing after the pleasures and the treasures of this dunya. They make themselves look so happy. They post selfie after selfie. They take pictures of themselves in mansions and on beaches. They take pictures of themselves doing every wrong thing, smiling and laughing. And when they go to sleep at night, they don't have peace in their hearts. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has designed this dunya to run away and betray those who chase after it. Our Shaykh, Sahib al-Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kabrisiya Rabbani Qaddasallahu Sirr, explaining the hadith of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, saying, if you are not making Allah happy with you, if you are not making Allah happy with you, then the world is not going to give you the best of it. It's going to give you only the headaches of it and the burdens of it, because the world has also been ordered by the Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that those who run after you, run away from them, cheat them, fool them, saying to them, I am yours, come, come. And they will be busy with you, running after you all the time, but never giving any treasure to them. Keep them wandering, keep them in pain, keep them in suffering, and keep them running after you any minute, any second. They turn away from you and they turn their faces towards me, then put all the treasures under their feet. This is the order that Allah has given to this world. Anyone who leaves Allah and runs after the world just gets tired, 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 and in the end, they retire, and after that, they become retired to the other side. What is the benefit of this world? What did you gain? You must think. If everything was given to us, if the whole world was given to us by tonight, what are we going to do if we don't have Allah? What are we going to do if we don't have Islam? What are we going to do if we don't worship? What are we going to do then? Sit and eat non-stop and sleep non-stop? Your life has no meaning then. That is the reality of this dunya. Hazrat Yunus Amri Qaddasallahu Sirr is calling it Yalan dunya, the lying dunya. Since the beginning of time, people have been trying to make this world into a paradise for themselves. And it has never succeeded. When the Prophet Hud alayhi salam came to the nation of Ad, the name of the king was Shaddad. The Prophet Hud alayhi salam was teaching the people about paradise, saying that it was the land of peace and enjoyment. That King Shaddad was so arrogant, he said, I don't need to die for that. I don't need to die to enjoy the paradise. I will build a paradise of my own. So he made a huge garden and planted the most beautiful trees and flowers there. He put palaces of gold and silver inside. He found a beautiful young people and had them live inside. He even constructed rivers of milk and honey in that garden. And when it was done, he set out to look at this paradise that he had built. When he reached its gate, he saw a huge, majestic-looking man there. Shaddad asked, "Who are you?" The man replied, "Allah has sent me to take your life." Shaddad became terrified and he pleaded, saying, "Can you at least let me see my paradise that I built for myself?" Azrail alayhi salam said to him, "No. Allah has ordered that you don't even look at your paradise, and I am taking you to hell." Shaddad tried to step down from his horse to the ground, but while his foot was in between, Azrail took his life. After that, a terrible sound came from the skies, and it destroyed that fake paradise and everything in it. Not even a trace remained. How many paradises have man tried to build for himself since the beginning? How many paradises have Allah destroyed? And in this age where everyone is a Firaun and everyone is a Namrud, everyone now, it used to be only kings and emperors to build paradise. Now everyone tries to build a paradise for themselves. How many has Allah destroyed? That is the dunya that we are chasing after. Because everything in this dunya, it is fake. The real life, real happiness, real enjoyment, it is found in the service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created our father Adam alayhi salam in paradise. And he is inviting us to come back to our home, to come back to paradise, not to stay in this lowest of the low. But people think they are intelligent, saying, I cannot see paradise, I can't see this world, so let me live for this world. Shaddad thought that he was the most intelligent one too. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed that he was completely without any understanding. Intelligence is to have more taqwa. Intelligence is to run more after Allah and His Prophet. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying in his Hadith Sharif, the intelligent person is one that lowers his nafs and acts for what comes after death. 1400 years of believers. 1,400 years of believers, they were intelligent. 1,400 years of believers who lived simple lives, trying to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah ﷺ happy with them. They were intelligent believers. Because the more a person submits themselves to Allah and His Prophet, the more he gains real knowledge. He begins to attain knowledge beyond that of the five senses. He begins to attain the knowledge of Allah. And he begins to attain the knowledge of Akhirat. Just like Habib al-Ajami Qaddasallahu Sir. He was not an Arab. He was an Ajam, living at the same time of Hazrat Hassan al-Basri. Once, Hazrat Hassan al-Basri came as a guest to Habib al-Ajami's house. Habib al-Ajami had 2 loaves of barley bread and a little salt, which he put on the table. Just as Hazrat Hassan al-Basri was about to eat, a beggar came to the door. Habib al-Ajami took the food and gave it right away to the beggar. Everything. Hazrat Hassan al-Basri, who was a king-sized wali, who was the only one that was given permission by Hazrati Ali karamallahu wajha to teach about Islam and to teach about tasawwuf. The one who was a king-sized scholar too. The only one trusted by Hazrati Ali. He said, Ya Habib, you are a good man. If only you had a little knowledge, it would be better. You took the food from under your guest's nose and gave it to the other guest. It would have been better if you gave some to the beggar and some to your guest. And according to knowledge, what he's saying is haqq. Habib al-Ajami did not say anything. Suddenly a servant entered the house with a tray on his head. On the tray was a roast lamb with sweet meats and nice bread and 500 silver coins. Habib al-Ajami took the money and gave everything to the poor. And he put the tray of food in front of Hazrati Hassan al-Basri. He did not say anything. After he ate a little bit, Habib al-Ajami said, Ya Maulana, O my master Hassan, you are a good man. If you had a little more faith, it would be better. Knowledge must be accompanied by faith. And the words of the friends of Allah, they speak the truth. Those are the ones whose eyes, they are open to the reality of Akhirat. We have to open those eyes in this life. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, those who are blind in the dunya, they will be blind in Akhirat. If we do not open our eyes to the real world that is surrounding us, how will we see it when we pass? We are blind, even to ourselves. We cannot see ourselves. We cannot see ourselves until we look into a mirror. And the true believer, as Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, he is a mirror to another believer. There are those in this world who gave that secret. They have the secret of being mirrors to others. They have the secret of being able to show others their reality. They have the secret of opening the eyes to Akhirat. Those are the ones we must run after and listen to, because they understand the reality of this world and they understand the reality of the next world. And they will teach it to those who submit. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun. We have been sent to this world by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a very special work, with a very specific task. To know that work, we must find a master. If we leave this dunya without fulfilling our reason of creation, why did we leave? Mawlana Rumi Qaddasallahu Sirr is explaining this, saying, there is one thing in this world which must never be forgotten. There is one thing in this world which must never be forgotten. If you were to forget everything else, but did not forget that, then there will be no cause to worry. Whereas, if you performed and remembered and did not forget every single thing but forget that one thing, then you would have done nothing. It is just as if a king had sent you to the country to carry out a specific task. You go and you perform 100 other tasks. But if you have not performed that particular task on account of which you had gone to the country, it is as though you have performed nothing at all. So man has come into this world for a specific work, and that is his purpose. If he does not perform it, then he will have done nothing. If you say, even if I do not perform that task, yet so many other tasks I have performed, you were not created for those other works. It is as though you had bought a sword of priceless Indian steel that can only be found in the treasuries of the kings. And you took that sword and you made it into a butcher's knife for cutting up stinking meat, saying, I'm not letting this sword stand idle, I'm putting it to so many useful purposes. Oh believers, the happiness is found in finding out what kind of servant we are. The happiness is found in doing the job that our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us here for. The friends of Allah, they have that secret and they know why they are here. If we sit with them and learn from them, we will learn our purpose as well. That time we will find the true paradise on earth. That time, inshallah rahman, we will hear our Lord saying, Salamun qawlam min Rabbi Rahim. Amin. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah lazim alazi. La ilaha illa wa hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa kullu shay'in qadir. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa kullu shay'in qadir. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa kullu shay'in qadir. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka in kuntu minaz zalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka in kuntu minaz zalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka in kuntu minaz zalimin. Subhun kudusun rabbuna rabbul malaikati war ruh. Subhun kudusun rabbuna rabbul malaikati war ruh. Subhun kudusun rabbuna rabbul malaikati war ruh. Inna dina indallah al-Islam. Qam salah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح. قد قام الصلاة، قد قام الصلاة. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.